Sometimes you gotta let them go. I know it's hard, but you're better on your own. I know the scars got you feeling all alone. I know it's hard, but you gotta let them go. Say it with me, everything is okay, yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. But you gotta let them go. I know it's hard, but you're better on your own. Yeah, on your own, yeah. All these feelings kept, I wanna be over it, but something deep inside makes me feel alone again. They were in my life, never got that closure yet. Push the pain aside, it's heavy when I'm sober, yeah. Turn my thoughts off, I'm over it. 2 shots too deep, I'm alone again. This ain't healthy, she's never helped me, and that's why sometimes you gotta let them go. I know it's hard, but you're better on your own. I know the scars got you feeling all alone. I know it's hard, but you gotta let them go. Say it with me, everything is okay, yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. But you gotta let them go. I know it's hard, but you're better on your own. Yeah, on your own, yeah.
I was built to last when the webs are weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break my glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me.
Peace and blessings, everyone. It is I, Coach Edd, also known as the sexiest fat man in the world, coming to you today, bringing you New York Liberty basketball. Now, today, the New York Liberty are traveling to Indiana to play the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation, who's taking the lead by storm. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Both teams have already played a game to start the season. Indiana lost to Connecticut. They lost 91-72. And New York actually won their game. They actually beat Washington. They were down in Washington and they won 85-80. So New York is 1-0 while Indiana is 0-1. But it's a long season. So there's a lot going on to the season, a lot of great energy within the W. So I'm going to go into a little makeup, a little breakdown of what happened so far to start the season. Now, I'm taking a look here. According to FanDuel, New York is favored to win by 8 points. The over-under for the combined points for the team is 169 points. The money line is showing that New York is garnering 82% of the bets. And like I said, New York is 1-0 and Indiana is 0-1. New York is 1-0 away from home. while Indiana is 0-1. This is their home opener, so it's going to be a raucous arena out there in Indiana, especially with all that's going on with New York in the playoffs. New York Knicks and the the Indiana Pacers. But again, it's going to be pretty raucous. Now, in terms of league rankings, New York scored 85 points. They're fifth in the league right now. Indiana scored 71. I'm sorry, it's a 72, 71, and they're 11th. The point differential, New York is sixth at 5-point differential. Indiana is last at minus 21 points. The assists per game, New York is fourth with 21 assists in their game, while Indiana is 10th at 16. And the blocks per game, New York is sixth with 5. Indiana is also tied for sixth with 5. Rebounds per game, New York is seventh in the league at 36, while Indiana comes up in the rear at 12th. So that's going to be the team overall stats. I'm going to go into the team breakdown. Now, in terms of Indiana, their starting five the last game was Erica Wheeler, a 5'7" guard out of Rutgers, Caitlin Clark, a 6-foot guard out of Iowa, Nalisa Smith, a 6'4" forward out of Baylor, Katie Lou Samuelson, a 6'3" forward out of UConn, and Aaliyah Boston, a 6'5" center out of South Carolina. Now, for New York, their starting five was the same as last year, starting with Courtney Vandersloot, a 5'8" guard out of Gonzaga, Sabrina Ionescu, a 5'11" guard out of Oregon, Benijah Laney Hamilton, a 6-foot forward out of Rutgers, Brianna Stewart, a 6'4" forward out of UConn, and Jonquel Jones, 6'6" center out of George Washington. Now, in the last game, the breakdown, the leading scorer was Caitlin Clark. She led the team with 20 points. Nalisa Smith had 13. Erica Wheeler and Kelsey Mitchell both tied for third with 8 points. And Katie Lou Samuelson had 5, and Aaliyah Boston had 4. Now, for New York, in terms of their scoring, Jonquel Jones led them with 25 points, Benijah Laney Hamilton with 20, Sabrina Ionescu with 15, Brianna Stewart with 8, and Courtney Vandersloot and Kennedy Burke both were tied for 6. Now, in terms of their overall team shooting, overall New York was 47.1%, and at the 3, they were 28.6. In terms of free throws, they were 86.7 in terms of their free throw shooting. Indiana Indiana field goal was at 48%. Their 3-point percentage was 40%. Free throws was 78.9. So pretty balanced in terms of their shooting overall. For Indiana. So it's going to be very interesting, defensively. How does New York match up and address and handle Indiana? They're a young team, but, they're ascending. They have the talent to continue to grow. I mean, we all know what Caitlin Clark did and how she's taken the league by storm. And yes, the teams are going to be very physical with her. And that's one of the things I'm going to be watching. Who do they put on her? My guess to start was going to be Benijah, put Benijah Laney on her. And then on occasion, you have Sabrina switch off on her. But again, like I said, to start, I can see them going with Benijah. And if for any reason Indiana starts going down low and attacking New York because of the size differential down low, then you make the adjustments there. So now defensively, how does Indiana match up with New York? Because New York starting 5, any one of those players can get you 20 plus points in a game. So that's one of the big things that I'm going to be watching in terms of defensively with both teams. Now the other factor is going to be the center position with both teams. With Indiana, Aaliyah Boston Rookie of the Year last year. She is a definite threat. And then, okay, of course, Jonquel Jones. Jonquel last game led the team in scoring. She can definitely do it again, but also we cannot have her getting in foul trouble. So will Indiana try to get her in foul trouble, and vice versa? Will New York try to get Aaliyah Boston in foul trouble and take her out of the game? So those are some of the things that I'm going to be looking for, as we get into the game and see where things go. So right now, I appreciate everyone for tapping in and joining me for this great game, this big game for New York, as well as for Indiana. Last year, New York, we all know, went to the finals where they lost to the Las Vegas Aces, but they have built up a pretty formidable team to go out there and compete within the league. They're favored in the, if you want to say, in the eastern part of the league, even though I know they put every team together, and the top, I believe it's the top 8 make the playoffs. So, but again, New York is one of the teams that is competing for a league championship. So, and Indiana, new team, young team, not new. My apologies. They're a young team. So, and what do they do to continue to grow, and how do they get Caitlin going, especially in this game? So it's going to be very interesting to see. One of the other factors is because of the league rule, New York has 11 players, while because if you have certain team and allocate certain monies, you will end up having 11 players, while others will end up having a full roster. So, and it's usually one extra player. So, but that can go a long way. So, but again, thanks for everybody for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, first of all, everyone, make sure you hit the like button. So go ahead and subscribe to Coach Edd Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, also the Hardcore Sports Network, where we're streaming this through. Make sure you hit the notification button so you'll always know when the new content is provided, and always share out on all your social media platforms. That'll help the channels grow, and we really appreciate it. It's free, ladies and gentlemen. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification, always share. I do the same thing. So it helps all the channels grow, and we all really appreciate it. So I'm just going to take a look in the chat, see what's going on. Make sure everybody joins in the chat. Let me know what you think is going to happen, or just talk to me during the course of the game. But my man Cave, good luck on your stream. I know you're streaming in terms of tomorrow's game with the Knicks and Indiana. Yes, sir. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share on all your social media platforms. Hit the notification bell to be notified. Let's go Liberty. Tony Amezcool, thanks for tapping in. I really appreciate it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, join the chat. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think are your X's to the game. Who do you think will be the X factor? In terms of looking, at Indiana, we all can say Caitlin and Aaliyah, but I really think Erica Wheeler, can she really help solidify that backcourt? Can she can she be the veteran leader that they're going to be looking in a young team like this? Can she help them settle down? If New York goes on a run, can she get the team together and take it from there? And as far as New York, it's going to be Brunei Jelani. I think Brunei Jelani is going to be the X factor with her defense. She's going to be a big factor, but can she get going offensively? Because she can light it up from 3. She can attack the lane, and she can be very aggressive. So those are 2 players that I think are going to be X factors. Yes, they are both from Rutgers, so they have that history, that grittiness in terms of playing in the Rutgers program and translating it to the W. So that's kind of why I highlighted both of those 2 players, because I think that they can bring something to the table for both of them. So one player coming from on the bench for each. For Indiana is going to be Kelsey Mitchell. She can light it up at any range. She great movement, grittiness. great leader. So she's going to be an X factor for in Indiana. And taking a look here, it's going to be Kayla Thornton for New York because she plays great defense. She's not as a threat offensively, but she can get streaky. And if she gets in that streaky moment, then she can definitely light it up. So those are two players coming off the bench that I think are going to be key X factors in reference to this. So I'm just waiting right now for the game to get ready to start. They just ended the last program and just waiting to see where it is. Here in New York, it's actually on WWOR. Also, it's streaming through Prime Video. So if you're looking for it, you can shoot through Prime Video. I don't know where it's streaming in. The local programming in Indiana. But again, if you have Prime, there's also the opportunity for you to watch it through Prime. So, but again, like I said, it's here on what we call My 9 WWOR here in New York. So I'm getting ready. They're just doing their intro. So I'm really excited about this. I'm excited about this season for the Liberty, for Indiana too, for Caitlin Clark. I've watched her through her career in the Big Ten at Iowa, so I know exactly what she can bring to the table. So, as she grows, as she matures, how she takes, I don't want to say take control, but put the league on her shoulder because many fans are tuning in to watch her, see what she does, see how she ascends, and how the league continues to grow. And then this opens the door for many, many other young women who are looking to grow and get into the W, because they're having expansion next year in 2025. It should be in Golden State. And in 2026, it's actually going to be north of the border in Toronto. So that'll actually expand the league to 14 teams. So again, as we as a fan base continue to support it, get out there and watch it on TV, in the media, whether it's through streaming, whether it's on TV, when we go to games, get to have a consistent sellout, merchandising. The TV partnerships that will grow the sport. That'll also give opportunities to more and more young ladies where they don't have to basically go internationally to play professional basketball. You can do it here in the States. It'll also expand their salaries because, right now tops are a little bit over 200,000 in comparison to, the men. So we want to see the sport grow. I've been following the WNBA all the way since its inception. So I remember the very first game with the Liberty going up against the Los Angeles Sparks. So again, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm hoping for. I think many of you and commercial break. So they'll be back right after this. So after that commercial break. So should be ready for a tip off in the next, hopefully within the next 5 minutes. So, but again, like I said, I'm looking forward to, seeing the sport continue to grow, as I've seen it grow over the years. The WNBA has been it has provided us great games. We've seen many great women come through the WNBA, from the Lisa Leslie's to the Cheryl Swoops, to the Teresa Weatherspoons. It's a great thing, and I just love it. The Candace Parkers. I mean, I can go down the list, and I can speak to you about many of the different women that have come through. Mitch Kofsky, founder of the Hardcore Sports Network. Have a great stream, Coach. Thank you, Mitch, for tapping in. Always appreciate you, brother. You're always there. Do a great job with the network. So thank you again for this opportunity. So, but again, the W has been a great thing for me, as a girl dad, as a girl grandfather. I just love seeing the opportunities that it presents. I mean, I've gone back to my high school days, always watching women's sports. When I played in college, watching our team, our college, small college, had a very good women's basketball program. And that's the thing that I've always wanted to see here in the States. And again, I'm glad the W is here. I'm glad it's given many women the great opportunities, whether it's through playing, whether it's coaching, whether it's being executives. It's growing, and I just want to see it continue to grow and open up the doors for many other women, providing them great opportunities to participate in such a great sport, the game of basketball. So, but again, thanks again for everyone. Right now we have 48 in the chat, 52, I'm sorry, 52 total in the chat. Make sure everyone hits the like button if you haven't already done so for the Hardcore Sports Network, as also for Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. That's me. As well as hit the notification, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and also share on all your social media platforms. All right. So the league MVP, Breonna Stewart, last year, 23 points a game. Also New York with their starting lineup with Jonquel Jones, out of George Washington, 6'6" center. On Tuesday's game, she had 25 points to lead the Liberty. So she was also deadly from three. Let me just double check what her 3-point shooting was. And in that game, Jonquel was 4 of 8 from three, 50%. So, just because she's a 6'6" center does not mean she can't take it out beyond the 3-point line and hit from deep. So New York is also usually a very deadly 3-point shooting team. We all know about Sabrina Ionescu, Courtney Vandersloot, Breonna Stewart. Those young ladies are very deadly. They have Leona Feibach and Ivana Deutschik. They're also deadly from three. So I'm expecting to see them continue to expand their 3-point in prowess as the season goes along. So, and then again with Indiana in their game on Tuesday, their leading 3-point shooter, Erica Wheeler, 1 of 1. She was perfect. Christy Wallace was Christy Wallace and Katie Lou Samuelson both were 1 of 2 for 50%. Caitlin Clark was 4 of 11 for 36.4%. Normally she's a lot more efficient, in her 3-pointer. But again, she's a rookie. She's getting acclimated to the sport itself. It's different than being in college. This is expanding. So, and I expect her through the course of the year to improve, on her 3-point shooting. Her range is deep. She can definitely shoot it from half court and be very consistent with it. So I expect them as the season goes along to be a lot more efficient, and it's going to help their offense as they go along in terms of their 3-point shooting. It's also going to help Aaliyah Boston, because once they're able to hit their shots from deep, it's going to allow her to expand her game and take advantage of one-on-one matchups down low, cause havoc down low, put the opposition's low post players in foul trouble. And also, when she's creating havoc down low, it'll create open shots deep for the other players, which will help them grow overall. So, across the board, Indiana is a team that even though right now many are looking or expecting them to be in the lower spectrum of the league, as they develop and grow as a young organization. But eventually, once they get there, they're going to be a program that's going to be a force to reckon with, whether it's going to be later this year, next year. I really expect them to grow into one of the top teams within the league because of what they're doing and how they're building there in Indiana. Excuse me. So looks like they're just getting their last pep talk in their huddles. They're showing Indiana right now, all circled up, and I'm expecting them to come out and to get ready for the jump ball. The keys to the game, they're saying for the Liberty, value the ball. Turnovers, definitely can't do that. And for Indiana, fundamentals, and that's key for New York. Value the ball. Don't put the ball in harm's way. Let Indiana get out on the run and be able to get easy baskets. Be fundamentally sound yourself with the basketball and play within the offense and allow yourself to be able to get back on defense and don't get caught with mismatches. And as far as, like they said, for Indiana fundamentals, they're a young team. So let them continue to grow. Let them continue to work on the fundamentals and expand their game. So I already spoke to you about the starting lineups. So right now, going through the handshakes, and they're getting ready for the jump ball. So I'm just waiting for that tip off. So, and looks like we're just about ready to go. You have Aaliyah Boston jumping with Jonquel Jones. And everyone's just getting into their lineup. Hope everyone enjoys the game. I know I'm looking forward to it. So, and the ball is up. And New York wins the tap. Sabrina Neskew's bringing the ball up over to Benijah, over to Vandersloot, into Jonquel Jones on the high post, and Brianna into the paint, and she takes the early 2 points. And inbounds to Erica Wheeler. The ball's being brought up, guarded by Vandersloot. Aaliyah Boston, pick and roll, and Erica Wheeler into the lane, missed the shot, and over rebound by Jonquel Jones. Courtney Vandersloot bringing the ball up, and down into Benijah Laney. And there's the first turnover, as I said before. Cross-court pass right now to Caitlin Clark, guarded by Benijah, and tried to get it into Aaliyah Boston, and they turned it over. And there's the shot by Sabrina Ionescu, deep three, missed. Over to rebound, New York, kick back out to Benijah for three. And New York has taken 3 quick threes, and Indiana, Caitlin Clark with the rebound, attacking the lane. There she is, and she has 2, guarded by Benijah Laney. 2-2 right now. Inbound to Sabrina. Ball is brought up. Courtney Vandersloot drive the lane to Benijah Laney on the right wing. Missed 3-pointer. Caitlin Clark coming down, up with a 3, and missed and rebounded by Brianna Stewart. Brianna brings up, kicks over to Sabrina for 3, and Sabrina hits the 3. New York is up 5-2. Right now, ball is brought up. Aaliyah Boston at the top of the 3, kicked over to Katie Lou. And there's the steal and deflection. And ball's babbled around and off of Indiana, out of bounds, New York ball. So real quick, just taking a look. Are you showing the game? We can't show the game for YouTube. Does not allow us to do that for copyright purposes. So I just stream and I give you my reaction. I try to call play-by-play. Right now, New York just shot another deep 3, and they missed. Rebound by Leah Boston, brought up by Caitlin Clark, guarded by Courtney Vandersloot, kicked over to Erica Wheeler, guarded by Erica Wheeler off the high post. Caitlin Clark shoots another deep 3, and she missed. Rebound by Jonquel Jones, brought the ball up. Jonquel taking it down, missed a deep 3, and she missed. And Brianna Stewart in attacking the paint, missed the ball. It looked like she was fouled, but they said it's out of bounds off of Indiana. So, but again, yes, I can't show the game. Sorry. Hey, Coach, how you doing? I'm good, Jacob. Thanks for tapping in. Crazy stat I heard today: 26 WNBA players between UConn. Yes, that's true. Um, okay, I missed what happened. Indiana has the ball. Okay, New York scored 2 pointers, but 7-2 New York right now. Erica Wheeler brought the ball up. She was guarded by Sabrina Ionescu. Over to Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah's going down low and blocked by um, Jonquel Jones. New York's on the run, on the move. Sabrina, sorry, not Sabrina. That was Brianna down to Jonquel Jones, who was cutting to the rim, and she's fouled by Aaliyah Boston. So she's going to the line right now. Again, New York is up 7-2 with Jonquel Jones going to the line. So New York is just getting into a rhythm. Now they're missing a lot of 3-point shots right now, but that's also telling me that that's the goal. They're going to try and see what they can do to hit the 3-point. But my feeling is just like this: attack the paint. Jonquel did that, cut to the lane. She hit the first free throw, 8-2 New York, and try and see if you can get draw fouls off of Indiana. So. Second one is up, and she hit. So New York is up right now, 9-2. Inbounded to Caitlin, but deflected out of bound by Brenija Laney. So still Indiana ball. And there we go. The Caitlin Clark is bringing it up, guarded by Brenija Laney. Brenija is being very physical with her. And they just called the foul on Brenija. She's going over to try and get clarification. But yeah, so on that play, Caitlin Clark tried to cut across the lane, at the top of the 3-point line, and Brenija stepped in, and I guess she was a little bit too aggressive, and she drew the foul. So Indiana's inbounding. Clark is inbounding the ball into Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston right above the 3-point. Erica Wheeler coming across on the pick and roll, and Indiana with the rebound. Leah Boston down low. She missed the easy down low shot across court to Courtney Vandersloot, but she threw the ball out of bounds. I guess it was deflected out of bounds. So New York has the ball. Looks like it's about 18 seconds. Indiana had 2 opportunities down low, but Aaliyah Boston was pretty much right in about 2 feet from the basket, and she missed the ball. So, but Brianna Stewart is rebounding on the right side, inbound to Courtney Vandersloot, over to Brenija. Courtney Vandersloot, they said she traveled. She fell, and they said she traveled. So going to be Indiana ball. Again, I had spoken earlier about New York with their being diligent and with the turnovers. That's key, because you're going to keep Indiana in the game right now. I mean, right now it's 9-2. So Indiana has had opportunities. Once they settle in, I think the ball will go into the basket. All right, Erica Wheeler dribbling the ball, blitzed by Jonquel Jones, trying to get the ball into Aaliyah Boston, but they called the foul on Jonquel Jones. Again, that's what they're trying to do. It looks like Jonquel did hold her. She did hold her. So, yeah, she was holding her, and that's why the foul was called. So, I definitely understand. Ball is inbounded. Erica Wheeler at the top of the 3-point line to Caitlin Clark, guarded by Brenija Laney. Brenija is doing a good job defending her, and kick around, and there's a deep 3 by Katie Lou Sanderson. So 9-5, New York. Good job, and ball movement by Indiana. So New York is moving the ball around into Brianna Stewart into the lane. Brianna with her second basket. 11-5 New York. Good job, good ball movement by New York. Both teams doing a good job, good movement. Katie Lou around to, and looks like an offensive foul on Nalisa Smith for Indiana. Turnover for Indiana. So But again, both teams doing a good job, starting to get into a rhythm to moving the ball around. As I said earlier, and looks like we have a timeout. So um, again, both teams taking their time to really get into a rhythm. I can understand being in Indiana, with the big crowd out there. For New York, you want to take your time. Yes, you want to be aggressive, get the early lead, which they have right now at 11-5, to kind of take the crowd out of the flow of things. But this way, it allows you to fundamentally play good basketball, moving the ball around, making sure all players touch the ball. So this way, you can see how the defense reacts, how they rotate, and then this way you can find the open players. So definitely appreciating what I'm seeing there by both teams. To be honest with you, Indiana for that deep three. They have had opportunities. They've missed some easy close shots, but again, the way they're moving the ball, it looks like they're doing a good job setting good screens. Erica Wheeler and Caitlin Clark are coming off of the screen. Now, New York also is, if they're using Aaliyah Boston, they're blitzing the whoever the dribbler is coming off of the screen. They're blitzing her with Jonquel Jones, which is forcing them to extend closer to the sideline as opposed to attacking the paint. So those are some simple adjustments that I'm seeing that both teams are doing. But again, I really like what I'm seeing, the movement, players fighting, physical. I love physical basketball. It just creates a level of toughness. So, but again, I appreciate it. So, what do you guys see so far in terms of the game? From your view, make sure you let me know what you think in terms of what you're seeing from both teams. So now we're getting ready to come back from the commercial break. Looks like it's going to be the same starting five for New York. I'm just waiting to see for Indiana if it's going to be the same starting five for them. But again, score is 11-5 for New York. Right now, Jonquel Jones has 2 points. Brianna Stewart has 6. Sabrina Ionescu has 3. And for Indiana, Katie Lou Samuelson has 3. And Caitlin Clark has 2. So let's see. Caitlin Clark is 1 of 3, 0 for 2 from 3. So just keep an eye on that. And Aaliyah Boston is 0 of 2. Brianna Stewart is 3 of 4. Sabrina is 1 of 3. And there we go. Sabrina has the ball, bringing it up over to Courtney Vandersloot, bringing it back to Sabrina for a deep 3 and missed. Rebounded by Nelisa Smith. Erica Wheeler trying to drive in. I'm sorry, that's Kelsey Mitchell. So another shot by Smith in the paint, and she missed. Rebounded by Stewart and deep into the lane to Bernage Laney, but she missed it, and the ball is out of bounds, deflected around and off of Indiana. New York's ball, 14 seconds left on the shot clock. So they're inbounding at the left of the key, inbound to Jonquel, to Courtney Vandersloot, Sabrina with the wraparound and into the paint, and there's the shot in the basket. 13-5 New York. Again, Kelsey Mitchell brought the ball up over to Leah Boston. Leah Boston is trying to fight through against Jonquel, and there it is. They're getting a little bit chippy right there. But Jonquel picked up her second foul. Aaliyah Boston pushed her, and Jonquel's letting her know it's not going to happen. It's not going down like that. So, but again, Aaliyah drew the second foul on Jonquel Jones. So Jonquel is going to have to go to the bench. And, yeah, they got their arms tangled up, and they both are, stare down, little chat. And are they calling technical fouls? It looks like they're calling technical fouls right now. So I don't know, or they're going to the review. Sorry. New York is going to the bench, and I guess the officials are going to the review monitor. So I guess they're going to look to see if it's a flagrant. I see Naira Sabali is about to check in. To me, it just looks like a common foul, unless you're trying to look at the after effect to identify who you're going to give technical fouls to. So the officials are Tony Pautillo, Jenna Renew, and Kelly Broomfield. So right now, again, like I said, they're at the they're looking at the replay booth. Not showing me much. You're just showing me New York side on both sidelines for that much. And both coaches, Christy Sides for Indiana and Sandy Brondello for New York. Quick peek at the monitor, but again, going back to each sideline. So I really don't know what's actually happened. What's up, Nimar? Thanks for tapping in, bro, man. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Hope everything's good with you and the family, man. Hope you're doing well in school, bro. But again, like I said, they're taking a look. I mean, I know the foul was definitely on Jonquil. That should be her second foul. Let me just double check that. And yeah, that's going to be her second foul. So, but again, they're still at the replay. I don't know why they're at the replay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have the volume on, so I can't really hear what's going on. If you guys do, just put it in the chat. Let us know, what's going on in case everyone else is not able to hear what's going on. So, but I'm waiting to hear. 3:39 still left in the first quarter. It was 6 seconds when the foul happened on the shot clock, but the officials are still there. I mean, this is a long review. This is definitely a long review. What's up, Aaron Duran? Thanks for tapping in. They're talking. What do you think will be the total points? I think the over under. Well, they're still talking right now. So I think the over under they had about 169. So the way this game is going, I think it's going to be under that. I think it might be closer to the 150s. But again, I don't know what's happening. I just see Aaliyah Boston with the laugh. I don't know what's going on. So again, Jonquil Jones is on the bench. Haven't said anything. What do you think? Right now, as far as the Giants record, I haven't even dived into that. I'm probably not going to dive into that anytime soon, Nimmer. And I've said from the get-go this was going to be a 7-game series for the Indiana New York. So hopefully I'm wrong, but I think it'll be 7-game New York in 7. So right now, Leah Boston's at the free throw line. This is her second season in the NBA. She was number 1 overall out of South Carolina. Here's the first shot, and she made the first shot. So it's 13-6 right now for New York over Indiana. So they had to officially Jonquil had to officially head to the bench. It was an official. There's the next shot, and she hit both, and it's 13-7. Right now we have a rotation of players right now. Sabrina with the drive, and there she is in the paint, and there she goes and scores the 2. So looks like Kelsey Mitchell drove, and she missed. And there's a jump ball. She missed and rebounded by Smith, and Naira Sabali tied her up. So it looks like in for New York right now is number 18, Ivana Docic. But again, that was a good roll with Sabrina for into the lane and for the layup. So And right now, what's up, Briella Chavez? Thanks for tapping in for all the way from the Philippines. Yes. All right. Here's the jump ball in between Sabali and Smith. They're getting all set. And there it is to Sabali. Indiana wins the ball. Over to Smith. I'm sorry. There's the rebound, the shot, and Aaliyah Boston initially up over, guarded by Breanna Stewart, missed, rebounded, got her rebound, and then she put it in. So it's 15-9 for New York. And there goes Breanna Stewart drive and for the layup, and it's now 17-9 New York. Dolchik is in, and she's guarding Smith. I'm sorry, that's Kelsey Mitchell on the pick and roll. She's attacking Naira Sabali. Naira with the block shot out of bounds. She had the opportunity, but she tripped over Mitchell on that. But they're showing Brianna off of the pick and rolls with the spin, attack the lane. Kelsey Mitchell with the block by Naira. And it's going to be Indiana ball. And ball inbounds for Indiana. And drive, that was Grace Berger. Sorry, not Grace Berger. Temi Fangbele. Sorry if I messed up the name. Drive and layup. 17-11 New York. Pick and roll with Sabrina. And there she goes. Another basket. 19-11 for New York. New York is doing a good job on the pick and roll. Both teams are, for that matter. So Mitchell again into Aaliyah Boston, over to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin with the pick and drive and setting up the three. New York is on the run. There it is to over to Benijah Laney. She's being guarded by Boston, and she's asking for a foul, even though she made the basket. 21-11 New York. They're up by 10, 135 in county. Caitlin Clark has brought the ball up. She's guarded by Dolchik. Dolchik is doing a good job of making it hard for her. Picked up her dribble. There's a pick and roll, and there it is. Benijah Laney with the defense, and cross court open three for Indiana. Don't know who that was. Have to see. Looks like it's Katie Lou. New York has the ball. Breanna Stewart with a deep three. Bang, another three. Both teams are getting into a little rhythm. 24-14 New York. 55 seconds in counting right now in the quarter. 15 seconds on the clock. Caitlin Clark over to Boston. Boston to Samuelson. And there it is. No, sorry, that's not Samuelson. That looks like, that is Samuelson. And she has the shot. So, and okay, the ball went into Breanna Laney, over to Naira Sabali. It looks like a foul on Indiana. So Naira is going to the line. 36 seconds left on the play clock. So 24-16 New York. This is Naira's second full season. This is actually her third season. Her first season, she was injured, so she's out. She was out. So there's the first shot. She makes the first shot. So it's 25-16 New York. So right now, New York is doing a good job of moving the ball. Earlier they asked, what do I think this total score is going to be? Like I said, I think it's going to be in the 150 range. That Naira missed the second shot. Rebound by Indiana, and you have Kayla Thornton in. That was Caitlin Clark, and she had the ball stolen from her by Breanna Stewart. Shot clock is off. 13, 12 seconds, 10 seconds, and there we go. Screen to New York, and that was going to be Breanna Stewart, and she missed the last shot, but that ends the quarter. So it's 25-16 New York at the end of the first quarter. So good job, New York, with the movement. Also on the defensive end, Indiana has had their shots, but they've missed some easy shots right there in the paint. Otherwise, this would be a little bit different. They're doing a good job with their pick and roll. Right now, let me take a look in terms of shooting. Aaliyah Boston has 4 points. She's 1 of 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from free throw. Katie Lou Samuelson's 8 point, 3 for 3 from the field, from the line, 2 for 2 from 3. I'm sorry if I'm messing up her name. Nylisa Smith. She's no points. She's 0 for 2. Caitlin Clark is 2 points, 1 of 4, 0 for 3 from 3. Erica Wheeler has no points. She's 0 for 1. Temi Fagbenley, she has 2 points. She's 1 of 1. And Kelsey Mitchell is 0 for 2. Now, in terms of New York, Jonquel Jones, she has 2 points. She's 0 of 3, but she has 3 rebounds. Brianna Stewart has 11 points, 5 of 7, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line. Sabrina Nescu, 9 points, 4 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 4, though, from 3. Brenai Jelani, 0 for 2, 1 from 3. Overall, Courtney Vandersloot hasn't scored, and Naira Sabli has 1 point. So that's your scoring right there, breakdown for each team. If I'm taking a look at the overall shooting percentage, excuse me, New York is at 50%, 10 of 20. Indiana is 6 of 17 for 35%. New York is 2 of 9 from 3, while Indiana is 2 of 5. New York is 3 of 4 from the free throw line, while Indiana is 2 for 2. New York has 12 rebounds, while Indiana has 10. And assists are 6 to 3 for New York. Steals 2 to 1 for New York. Blocks 2-0 for New York. And Indiana has 4 turnovers, while New York has 2. So fouls are 3 to 4. New York has 3 fouls, while Indiana has 4 fouls. So a little bit tight. I don't want to say too tight, but good flow, good movement. The officials have good control of the game. But again, players are producing, at least for New York. Your top 2 scorers are Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Nescu, which is kind of expected, or it could have been Jonquel Jones and Brenai Jelani. Last game, it was Brenai and Jonquel. Well, today is Brianna and Sabrina, which goes to the point I was making earlier, with their starting 5, any one of their starting 5 can give you 20. So we're back on, and Nylisa Smith got the score. So it's now 25-18 for New York. Courtney Vandersloot over to Kayla Thornton. Pick and roll with Jonquel Jones. And that was Dokic with the shot. She missed a 3. Erica Wheeler tried to get it in. The ball bobbled around. Of 10 on the play clock. She's driving the lane. Erica Wheeler, here she goes, kicks out to the right wing. Deep 3, missed. Rebound by Courtney Vandersloot. Jokic with the drive. And that's a foul. That's going to be a foul on Caitlin Clark. So is it on the floor, or is it an active shooting? So waiting to see right now what they're going to call. You have on the bench Brianna Stewart. They call jump ball. Okay, so 25-18. Courtney Vandersloot has the ball. Got the pick and roll. Courtney Vandersloot with the drive and the layup right there. So 27-18, New York. Erica Wheeler being brought up over to Smith. And the ball is kicked over to... And the Indiana missed. Rebounded by New York. New York has 3 of their reserves in. And right now for New York, looks like that's Kennedy Burke that's in for New York. Yeah, that's Kennedy Burke. And if for Indiana, you have number 10, Lexi Hull, that's in right now. So ball inbounded to Erica Wheeler, over to Caitlin Clark, who's guarded by Thornton, over to Smith, over to Wheeler, deep behind the three-point line. Erica is trying to set her up, trying to drive into the lane. There's the shot, and it's good. So it's 27-20 New York right now. So Courtney Vandersloot with these, and it's deflected and stolen by Indiana. And what do we have? It looks like it's going to be a foul on Courtney Vandersloot. Indiana Smith was driving and into the lane, and looks like I said, Courtney fouled her. So on the floor. So it's 7:55 left in the quarter. They're taking out Caitlin Clark, 21 on the shot clock. You have Hull inbounding for Indiana. You have Jokic out, and you have Sabrina Ionescu back into Badgador, and stolen by Courtney Vandersloot. And good defense by Indiana. Courtney over to Thornton, back to Vandersloot. Vandersloot's into the lane, kicked over to Kennedy Burke, and Kennedy Burke with the basket, 29-20 New York. Good job, good drive for Burke to get into the lane, and defended by I'm just going to call her Temmy. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Another steal by Courtney Vandersloot. Courtney Vandersloot takes the shot, and she missed. She should have pulled it back down. She should have pulled that back out, or at least attacked the rim. So Hull over to Temmy, and Indiana number 3 is in for the game. That's Christy Wallace, and she scores. So it's 29-22 Indiana. Sabrina with the shot, missed, rebounded by Erica Wheeler. Erica Wheeler into the lane, kick out to Wallace. Another deep three. I'm sorry, that's over to Hull, and that's another deep three. And good by Hull, and it's now 29-25. Timeout New York. So again, it's 29-25 New York in the second quarter. Indiana is on a nice little run here. So Coach Brandel, to slow it down, takes the timeout and brings New York to the side to settle them down. And let's get things back to where we were going right now. Now, the question is she going to bring back Brianna Stewart, or is she going to be able to still give her some time? But do you bring in Brianna Stewart? Do you bring in Brenna Angelini back in to help with this? So New York win second quarter. Yeah, they're not winning the second quarter right now. Right now in the second quarter, the Fever are up 9-4, so it's still early, but it's 9-4. So, Earl, what's up, my brother? Thanks for tapping in, man. Always do a phenomenal job, man. So I appreciate you. Much love and respect to you. You stay blessed, also, man. But again, Indiana, like I said, Indiana is a young team. New York, you can't let them get out on the run. You miss rebounds on that shot right there. Also, because of Courtney Vandersloot, when she had the opportunity, she's pulled up from the left elbow and she missed the shot. My personal opinion, at least attack the rim, see how you can collapse the defense, and maybe you can get it to an open teammate. But if not, pull it back out and reboot, and let's see where you go right there. You said it's over. Yeah, okay. It's over in the second quarter. All right, that's fine. But again, it's 29-25 New York. Looks like it's 6:34 left in the second quarter. So, good job so far. In terms of the shooting percentage, they're pretty much even now. New York is at 44. Indiana is at 43.5. They're about even 44%. So Indiana is still led by Katie Lou Samuelson with 8 points. New York is still led by Brianna Stewart with 11 points. So, but we're coming back from the timeout and we're waiting to get things situated. So, but yeah, if you wanted to follow the Liberty, you can reach them on all their different social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter X, whichever you want to consider it, YouTube, so Sabrina's doing a good job, hit the deep three, attacking the paint with the layup. Even if she's being double teamed, she's getting the shots off. So good job for her, which is going to help her teammates. Ball in, bounds. New York has their starting five in. Jacquel Jones is in and out of bounds. Turnover in New York. She was driving, defense collapsed, and she had Brianna across court and bad pass by Jonquel. So Erica Wheeler's bringing the ball up for Indiana. Over to Smith, over to Hull, guarded by Benijah. Missed shot and rebound by New York over to Sabrina. And there it is. Brianna cut in with the layup and one. She drew a foul, so she's going to the line. 31-25 right now. 31-25. 5:55 left in the second quarter. So, but that was a good kick out by Courtney Vandersloot and Brianna cutting. And looks like it was a foul in Erica Wheeler with a blocking foul. So Brianna's at the line, 13 points, 6 of 8 shooting, 2 rebounds so far right now. So she's ready to take her next shot. And she's made it 32-25 New York. So good movement, good win by New York. Mitchell brought the ball up to Smith, to Erica Wheeler. Mitchell with the drive, and she missed a layup. Rebound by Jones over to Courtney Vandersloot, and Benijah Laney going against her former teammate from Rutgers, Erica Wheeler. And Jonquel Jones missed the deep three. She was open. She doesn't have it today. So Erica Wheeler with the rebound, bringing the ball up, guarded by Benijah Laney. Over to Hull, guarded by Sabrina Ionescu. And that's Wallace. And Wallace and drew a foul on Sabrina. So she's going to the line now. So New York has to play better defense with their feet, not reaching too much with their hands. So all right, C's Ray and Mueller, thanks for tapping in. I appreciate you. So there's the first shot by Wallace, and it's good. 32-26 for Indiana. Here's the next shot, and it's good. 32-27 New York. Inbound to Courtney Vandersloot, over to Stewart, and she missed. Rebound by Wallace. Wallace, what is the foul? Offensive foul against Indiana. Okay, so that's a turnover to New York. So let's see what happened. Oh yeah, Kelsey Mitchell back cut Brianna. Benijah, and it was an illegal screen. So Courtney Vandersloot bring the ball up over to Benijah Laney, over to Jonquel Jones right above the 3-point line. Looking for someone, over to Brianna Stewart. Brianna Stewart is guarded by Kelsey Mitchell. Over to Jokic. Is that Sabrina? Or is that Jokic? And missed shot and deflected out of bounds by Jonquel Jones. So it's still going to be Indiana's ball. 4:40 left on the clock. That was by Sabrina. Missed shot by Sabrina. Most of the starters are inbound to Wallace. Wallace has brought the ball up, guarded by Sabrina. over to Smith, deflected by Breanna Stewart, and oh, she missed the shot. Courtney Vandersloot had an open layup and she missed it, and it deflected out of bounds by Nalisa Smith. So New York has the ball, 4:24 left on the clock, 14 on the shot clock. Courtney is shaking it off. Couldn't believe she missed a layup like that. So 32-27, like I said. New York inbound to Jonquel Jones over to Courtney Vandersloot, and it's like a foul. They held Breanna Stewart as she was cutting across. New York is going to inbound side out, and Courtney Vandersloot is going to inbound the ball right now. So good job by New York in terms of the movement over to Vandersloot to Brenija Laney. She's picking. She's trying to find someone over to Jonquel Jones. High low to Breanna Stewart, and for the easy two. Breanna Stewart had a great mismatch. Indiana brought the ball up. Erica Wheeler with the ball going up against Breanna Stewart. She missed the shot. Rebound by Jonquel Jones over to Brenija Laney, bringing the ball up over the left side of the court into Breanna Stewart, and she spins, and bang, there she goes again from the left post. A good shot by good offense right there. Two-man game, timeout, Indiana. Indiana's going to brought the ball up across half court, and now they're taking a timeout. So New York now is going on their little run, and now they've evened the quarter at 11. So each team has scored 11 points in the second quarter. It's 3:37 left on the clock. 36-27, New York in the lead. So good job by New York to settle in and really get their offense going. Now, it's Breanna Stewart is leading New York, 18 points on 8 of 12 shooting. So she's definitely in a good rhythm. Jonquel Jones, while she doesn't have it offensively, she's getting a decent amount of rebounds. She has 5 rebounds. Sabrina still has 9 points, but she has 4 rebounds and 9 points, 4 rebounds. Jonquel Jones, Brenija Laney, Courtney Vandersloot all have 2 points. And off the bench, Kennedy Burke has 2 points and Nair Sabali has 1. For Indiana, they're still being led by Katie Lou Samuelson with 8 points. Aaliyah Boston has 4. Smith, Clark, and Wheeler all have 2. Off the bench, Tammy has 2. Hall has 3, and Wallace has 4 points. So they have good balance. They played 9 players in terms of Indiana. So, and New York has played also 9 players in Dokick, Burke, Thornton, and Sabali off the bench. So, but again, it's New York is starting to get a little bit comfortable and get their movement going. They're getting the ball right into the hot player, which is Breanna Stewart, which is very smart. And they're attacking the mismatch. So now what does Indiana do in terms of the defense? Do they have anybody to basically keep up with her and defend her with her shots? Yeah, exactly. Sees Ray. Let's go New York. So this, I'm a New York fan. I have to admit it. So, but I'm being fair. You're calling it fair across the board. Indiana is doing some good things. It's just they're a young team. They're a young team. They have their opportunities. They just have to capitalize. And that's really what it boils down to. So, So again, New York has to capitalize, and I think Indiana has to capitalize, and I think once they settle in, if Erica Wheeler and Kelsey Mitchell can get them settled, I think they'll be all right. I think they will be all right. So, but we'll see as the game goes along. New York, they have to continue to go to the hot hand, which is Breanna Stewart and Sabrina. Sabrina, attack the lane, force the defense to come over to you and hit the open player. So, but as long as they do that, I think New York will continue. Ball's inbounded to Aaliyah Boston, who's guarded by Jonquel Jones, over to Caitlin Smith, who's guarded by Brenija. Boston now is trying to feel and attack Jonquel. Ball is blocked from behind by Brianna Stewart. Good job. Over to Sabrina Ionescu, who's bringing the ball up. Got the screen from Jacqueline Jones. Trying to find a player. Over to Brianna Stewart from deep from three. And the ball is out of bounds, deflected off of Caitlin Clark. So it'll be 3:02 left on the game clock, 14 seconds on the shot clock adjusted. And it'll be taken out underneath the basket, the right basket for New York. Right now, it looks like we're going to have a substitution. Are we having a substitution? The referee's pointing. The referee is pointing. I think they're all having a little laugh. Whoever is supposed to be coming in. So, and Sabrina's inbounding the ball, and it's going over to deflected out of bounds by Temi. Good job by Temi in pressuring Brianna Stewart because that's who she was defending. So good job. Out of bounds right by the top of the half-court line. Inbounds is Sabrina Ionescu over to Bernard Delaney at the right three-point line. And pick and roll with Sabrina, and Benaja raises up and hits the three. Hits the two. So it's now 38-27. New York's up by 11. Caitlin Clark is coming down, and here's the drive by Boston and blocked by Brianna Stewart. Benaja Delaney driving down the lane, and she's attacking Caitlin Clark. And there's the fouls as she attacks the lane. So good job. Started by Stewie with some great defense on the pick and roll. She attacked Boston with the block because Boston was driving the lane, and that allowed the transition. And now New York is at the free throw line. So Laney with the first. There she is, 39-27, New York. And Benaja is now at the line for the second free throw. And there it is, 2:30 left on the clock. The ball inbound to Caitlin Clark. Good defense by Benaja Delaney. Clark is really trying to get a feel. Laney is doing a good job of sticking with her. Let's see, Kelsey Mitchell on the drive. Kick out to, looks like that's Wallace. Rebound by Sabrina over to Brianna, and she's fouled by Katie Lou Samuelson. That's right, they were former teammates at UConn. So, but again, there it is. New York New York is going to get a side. Is it a side out? And they're showing Caitlin. She's frustrated with herself, and they're trying to calm her down. It's a side out for New York. Into Sabrina, over to Brianna. Got the screen from Jonquel Jones. And there's a hold by Indiana by Temi on Jonquel Jones. So is that the team fifth foul? Looks like New York is going to go to, is this a side out? No, it's a team foul, so they're going to the free throw line. So Jonquel Jones is going to the free throw line to shoot two. So right now it's 40-27, and Jonquel hits the first one, 41-27. It's 1:53 left in the quarter. Jonquel with the second shot, and there she is with the second one. So it's 42-27 New York. So ball's inbound for Indiana to Caitlin Clark, guarded by Benaja Delaney. She's doing a good job sticking with her. Over to Leah Boston, guarded by Jonquel Jones. They're blitzing Kelsey Mitchell. There's the deep shot by Temi, and she missed. Over to Sabrina. She's coming down. Over to Jonquel Jones. Jonquel missed. And there's the shot, and she's in. 44-27 New York, 120 in counting. Caitlin Clark brought it up over to Temi, over to Mitchell, down to Boston in the post. guarded by Brianna. And there's a rebound by Brianna off the missed shot. She's coming down over to Sabrina from a deep three from the left. Missed air ball, rebounded by Caitlin Clark and brought up by Caitlin Clark. She's being guarded by New York's Leona Feinbach, and there's the shot. 44-29 New York. And Bernard Delaney's bringing the ball up, guarded by Kelsey Mitchell. She's down into the paint. There's the shot, and in. She has the shot in. Caitlin Clark has the ball, bringing the ball over, 36 seconds. Caitlin Clark on the pick and roll with Temi, and Aaliyah Boston with the shot up over John Quell, who has the 2 fouls. In, and the ball is into Sabrina. Over to Renisha, to John Quell, over to Stewie. 13 seconds on the shot clock. She's going one-on-one with Temi. There's the shot. She missed. And looks like there's a foul on the play. Yeah, there's a foul by Caitlin Clark on Brianna Stewart. Brianna Stewart is going to the line. 6 seconds left. 46-31 right now in the second quarter. So Stewie has 2 shots right now. So there's her first shot, and looks like it's good. 47-31, and Nair Sabli is in. Jonquel Jones is out. Smart move. Don't want to get that third foul. Brianna Stewart, 19 points right now on 8 of 14 shooting. Second one is up, and it is good. So it is 48-31. 6 seconds left into Kelsey Mitchell, speeding up the court, and throw it up. And is it good? They said no. Kelsey Mitchell threw the ball up. It was rebounded by Aaliyah Boston, who put it in, but it was after the clock. So right now at the half, New York is up 48-31. I'm going to take a quick second. I'll update you on the score. It's just going to take me 1 second. I have something to do real quick. I'll be right back in a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I really appreciate you guys being patient with me. All right, Sage, you're on your lunch break. I'm glad you guys appreciate this. I love doing this, so I hope to do more, cover more games as the season goes along. So, but let me dive into the stats real quick so we can be all up to date. In terms of New York, you have Brianna Stewart. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Sabrina Ionescu, 9.7 rebounds, 1 assist. Bernard Delaney, 8 points, no rebounds, 1 assist. Jonquel Jones, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Courtney Vandersloot, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Nair Sabali, 1.1 rebound. Kennedy Burke, 2 points, 1 rebound. Dokic, 1 rebound. And that's it for New York in terms of stats. Aaliyah Boston, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Katie Lou Samuelson, 8 points. That's it. Nalisa Smith, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Caitlin Clark, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Erica Wheeler, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Temi, 2 points, 1 rebound. Hull, 3 points, 1 rebound. And Wallace, 4 points, 1 rebound. So I definitely like the fact that even though Caitlin Clark is not scoring, she's still in the game. I mean, 5 assists tells me that she's staying in the game. She's frustrated. She's not scoring. She's 1 of 5 overall, 0 of 4 from 3. New York is being physical with her, which is to be expected, especially when you have a rookie like this coming into the league. But she's going to adjust. But again, she's doing the other things. She's moving. She has the rebound. She has the assist, which is what she needs to do, at least to stay in the game. Aaliyah Boston, 8 points, 4 rebounds. She's 3 of 9 from the floor. Katie Lou seems to be the best player right now. 3 of 4 overall, 2 for 2 from 3. Smith and Smith is 1 of 3. Clark is 1 of 5. Wheeler is 1 of 4. So New York overall, in terms of their defense, they're frustrating them. New York is 43% overall from the floor, 18 of 42. Now they're 2 of 15 from 3 for 13%. So they're not doing a good job in three-point, but they have the opportunity. So that can also tells you that if they were hitting their threes, it would definitely be a larger outcome. Indiana is 12 of 34 for 35%, 3 of 10 for 3 for 30%. Now, in terms of free throws, New York is capitalizing there. They're 10 of 11, while Indiana is 4 of 4. Rebounds. New York has 28 rebounds. Indiana has 19. Offensively, New York has 6 rebounds, while Indiana has 4. In terms of assists, New York has 11. Indiana has 7. New York has 5 steals, while Indiana has 2. New York has 4 blocks, while Indiana has 1. Indiana has 8 turnovers. New York has 4. Fouls are 11 for Indiana, 5 for New York. And those are the major key points right there. So as you see, I mean, New York defensively, they're keeping Indiana frustrated. They definitely are. And they're capitalizing on their opportunities to score. Now, Indiana, they've missed some key layups when they had opportunities to score in the paint. New York, on the other side, when they have when they are in the lane, they pretty much are capitalizing there. That's what's making up for the 3-pointers that they're not capitalizing on. Now, they're also hitting on their free throws. So, Indiana's fouling. You got to take those easy free free throws. That's important to take advantage of for New York. So, but again, like I said, and smart thing that I like that Coach Rondello is doing, she's riding the hot hand. Last game it was Jonquan Jones and Brenai Jelani. Right now it's Brianna Stewart. You want to throw in Sabrina Ionescu. Brianna is starting to pick up. She started to pick up as the quarter closed. Got a couple of free throws and got a nice basket. But overall, New York is not hitting their 3-pointers. So, and if New York can settle in and hit the three-pointers, that should help to extend the lead because the opportunities are there. And that's what you want to do. This third quarter is going to be very key for New York, in my opinion, because of the way this game is going. If they can capitalize in that third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, hopefully you should have a big enough lead where you can start getting a lot of your reserves and, you want to get them a certain level of continuity and get them going because you pretty much only have 3 points off of the bench for New York. Indiana, though, they actually have 9 points off of the bench. So that's what you want to do for New York because you're going to need your bench for this whole season. New York is definitely going to need their bench. You don't want to end up having, playing 7 players for the whole season. You want to be able to get the bench going, especially when you have 11 players. You're going to need those other players to step up and contribute. So, but again, good game so far for New York, 48-31 at the half. Coming out of the second half, Indiana is going to get the ball first. So New York's going to be on the defensive side. So if they can come out and, they can continue what they're doing defensively, frustrate Indiana, take the ball out of as much as possible. Take the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hand. Don't let her get into an assist type of a game. And Jonquan Jones, you have to stay true. Do not let Aaliyah Boston get comfortable and start to get into a rhythm. Be smart and don't pick up the silly fouls. If you got an aggressive foul, that's one thing. But be smart with your fouls. play smart, and then on this other side, John Quill, don't always keep taking the threes. I mean, you're 0-3 from deep. Go down into the lane. Force Aaliyah Boston is taking you down to the lane. Do the same thing with her. Go into the lane. See if you can pick up fouls off of her. Let me take a look at the foul throw. I'm sorry, the personal fouls. John Quill Jones has 2. Sabrina has 1. Bernasia has 1. And Doge Kick has 1. So they're not heavy in foul trouble. Indiana on the other side, Aaliyah Boston has 1. Samuelson has 2. Smith has 1. Caitlin Clark has 3. Wheeler has 1. Temi has 1. I'm sorry. Temi has 2. Kelsey Mitchell has 1. So you are drawing the fouls. Right now, Caitlin Clark has 3. So I'm identifying that. And if I'm Sabrina, if she's guarding me, I'm attacking her. If I'm coach sides for Indiana, what I'm trying to do is I'm probably going to put her on Caitlin Clark on Vandersloot. Try and see if you can get her in a position where, not saying she doesn't have to work hard on defense, but she doesn't put herself in a position where she's picking up bad fouls. At least, let her work there. Now, New York, if you see that, work your pick and roll. Work your pick and roll with if they got her on Vandersloot, work your pick and roll with Brianna Stewart and her. And if they switch over to Sabrina, same thing there. Or work the pick and roll, even with John Quill Jones. Get that type of movement. Try and get that fourth foul in the third quarter. That's one thing that, I'm going to look at. I'm going to identify, okay, guys, she has 3 fouls. Let's see what we can do to get the foul. Let's be smart. Let's stay in our offense, but let's attack her offensively to see if we can get that 4th foul and then get her off the court, but also take away her aggressiveness and keep her frustrated, because as long as she's frustrated, she's not going to be a big threat, and Caitlin, look, you see what they're trying to do, be smart about it, but get your teammates involved. You don't have the scoring opportunity. Be a threat, be a decoy, draw the defense out, especially if you're deep out there at 3, but then get your teammates going. Get Aaliyah Boston going in the lane. You see that she picked up 2 fouls on John Quill Jones. So attack her. Try and see if you can get that 3rd foul and a 4th foul on her in the 3rd quarter, even in the 4th quarter, because that can also take away a certain level of aggressiveness. So, those are some of my keys, looking at the stats and what I've seen so far in this game. It's a great game. In terms of looking at the quarter breakdown, New York won the first quarter 25-16, and they won the second quarter 23-15. So they're in that 20-ish range, so they can push to 100, and Indiana is in the teen range. So is it going to be, 71? Is it going to be 75 for them? So, now early it was asked, what do I think? I said probably in the 150s in total score, but the way it's going, it might be the 170s, the 160s, as FanDuel had predicted. 162 is the over under point break. So I'm sorry, 162 and a half is the over under point break. So, but that's what I'm seeing right now. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Come on, talk to me. Tell me what you think right now, going forward. If from what you're watching, from what I'm explaining to you guys, what do you think? Do you think that Indiana's the keys that I mentioned, or what Indiana should do? Do you think there's someone else, offensively? Maybe it should be they should funnel it through Katie Lou. She's doing very well. So, but again, they're just giving the breakdown of what I just went over with you guys. So, points in the paint, that's the one I didn't have. New York has 28 points in the paint, while Indiana has 18. So I think it was 18. Hold a minute. They just cut away from it right at that last second. So let me see. I can rewind it just to double check. 18 points in the paint. So, hey, that tells me right there, New York is attacking the paint, which is exactly what they should do. attack the paint, and draw the fouls, get to your free throw line, because you don't have the 3-pointer today. Decoy a little bit. If you hit a 3-pointer, maybe it draws them out, but for the most part, attack the lane, force the defense to collapse. Maybe you get some easy 3-pointers. So that's one of the things New York can also do in the second half. Going forward, like I said, work the pick and roll, attack the paint, try and set your teammates up, try and get that fourth foul if you can. Don't go out of your way to try and draw it, but if you can get that fourth foul on Caitlin Clark, let's go ahead and do it. So, but overall, starting 5 for New York, doing a good job. Like I said earlier, try and get your reserves in. Let me see, do they give me the minutes breakdown? Yeah, your starters are in double digits. The closest one is Doge. I'm going to get her name, Ivana Dojic. She has 6, but everyone else is either 4 or 3 minutes. So that's important to me, especially with a long season. You want to get your bench, you want to get them minutes. You don't want to wear out your starters, and you also want to allow your reserves to get into a rhythm, get comfortable with each other. You have guys who are new. The only ones coming back from last year are Nair Sabali and Kayla Thornton. Let me take a look. Kennedy Burke is new. Marquisa Davis is new. Ivana Dolcic, Leona Beck. I don't know if I said it right, but excuse me if I did say it wrong. Yeah, those 4 are new. And then, like I said, you have Kayla Thornton and Naira Sabali from last year, and then you're starting 5. So I definitely want to get my reserves some playing time so they can develop a level of continuity, because you're going to need them as the season goes along. It's very important that they develop, but also when your starters are not in there, who is going to be the scorer out there on that second unit? So it's important. And is it going to be Kennedy Burke? She's a veteran player. Kayla Thornton is more of a defender, but she's streaky. She can get you minutes, and if necessary. But again, on that second unit, right now it would probably be Burke and Doge. Those are the 2 that I would think. So right now, just looks like they're still in commercial. I guess they're going through their halftime warm-ups, and we'll be getting back into the action in a little bit. So I definitely am excited, and I'm enjoying this game. How about you guys? Are you enjoying this game? What are your takes again from watching this game? Talk to me. Let me know what you think. So. But again, let me take a look at the minutes breakdown for Indiana. I did that for New York. Yeah, they've done a good job in using their bench. You have Temi, who has 10 minutes. Hull has 4. Kelsey Mitchell has 11, and Wallace has 5. So, they've gotten some good minutes from their bench. That's 30 minutes that you've gotten off of your starter. Off of your bench. While New York, like I said, for that matter, they've gotten, in terms of minutes, no, they've had some decent minutes. It's not like Indiana, but you have 10, 18, you have 21. So there's a 9-minute differential, but still you want to get those minutes up for your reserves, especially with the season coming up. So, but the second half will be starting. Indiana has the ball. Looks like Erica Wheeler's bringing the ball up. Crossover left midcourt to Aaliyah Boston at the high post to Katie Lou. And there we go. Like I said, again, attacking Sabrina. There's 2, and it's 48-33. Inbound to Vandersloot over to Brianna Stewart. And there's the Is it a deflection or yeah? It looks like it's a deflection off of Indiana out of bounds. So New York still has the ball. Erica Wheeler ended up on the ground, and Sabrina is inbounding. They're it over to Courtney Vandersloot and over to Brianna Stewart, who's attacking the lane, and looks like it's a foul. Yeah, she's going to the line. Looks like it's Melissa Smith with the reaching foul. So Brianna Stewart's going to the line and looking for her 21st and 22nd point. So, and there it is, her first. Okay, I thought she had it. Okay, now she has it. There's her first shot up, and she has it in. And there goes her second shot. And she has that one in. So it's 50-33, New York. 9:31, Erica Wheeler on the rebound, inbounds, over half court with Wheeler, over to Boston, and they're still trying to get it to Samuelson again. Erica Wheeler with the drive, and she hits from the right side of the lane. Inbound to Sabrina, who brings the ball up, and over to Brianna Stewart, over to Courtney Vandersloot, and there it is up to Sabrina over the top, and Brianna in the lane missed and got her rebound and put the ball in the hole, and it's 52-35, 8:46 in the quarter, and over to there's a foul on the floor, and that's Erica Wheeler ends up on the ground. So don't know who the foul was on. Okay, they're showing a replay of Brianna getting her rebound. So ball's in play. They still haven't changed the score on the TV. It's 52-35. Movement by Indiana over to Samuelson, down low with Boston, and she's covered, double teamed. Balls out to Wheeler, and looks like it's 24-second shot clock. So New York, good defense. They're doubling down whenever, because Indiana's trying to go down low to Samuelson, who's being guarded by Sabrina, and then Boston with the rebound, but double team with Brianna and John Quill. So now in New York inbounds to Courtney Vandersloot over the half court line, over to Brianna Stewart up at the 3-point line. Courtney Vandersloot down the lane. There's a shot, and it's in right into the lane. New York continues to attack the lane. Inbound to Caitlin Clark, over to Smith, and Hull now has the ball. Erica Wheeler now up at the 3-point line, over to Aaliyah Boston, guarded by Jonquel Jones. Boston attacking the lane, drive, and in. There you go. New York now inbounds, and it's now 54-37. Sabrina Ionescu now with the drive. With the drive, and Jonquel Jones with the. It looks like it was foul on. They fouled it, but they didn't call it. So Indiana driving the other way, turnover, ball passed out of bounds, and New York will be bringing the ball up. So they're just showing the replay. New York over the half court line to. They're really being physical, and they're not calling the fouls. Oh, they finally did call the foul. Now, on that series right there, it was Brenija attacking the lane. She was being bumped by Hull. She missed. Jonquel Jones was fighting for the rebound, and she got the foul call on Aaliyah Boston. So looks like it was on the floor. So it'll be a side out. There it is. To inbounds to Brianna. Brianna with the fadeaway, and it's good. So it's 56-37. Caitlin Clark brings the ball over the half-court line Got a nice pick by Aaliyah Boston. Bounce pass to Boston right in the lane, and the easy two. So it's now 56-39, 6:44. Courtney Vandersloot now bring the ball up. Bodied by She was bodied by Erica Wheeler and passed over to Breanna Stewart for the open three and missed, and the ball went out of bounds off of New York. So Indiana is going to have the ball, bringing the ball up. And Erica Wheeler bringing the ball up over the half-court line, guarded by Courtney Vandersloot. Over to the right lane, trying to set up Smith, being guarded by Breanna Stewart, and it looks like it's a turnover. So ball back over to New York. Must have been either a travel or a carry. And now New York has the ball. Courtney Vandersloot up, over to Breanna Stewart, over to, and there's, okay, and it was over to Sabrina, down low to, to Renija to the left wing, down low to Jonquel Jones, and there's a foul on Smith, Nelisa Smith. So Jonquel Jones is going to the free throw line. So good job by New York, good movement. There's the first one, and it's good by Jonquel Jones, 57-39, 6:08 left in the third quarter, and she's up with her second one. And looks like it's good. So Jonquel Jones with her 8th point, and it's now 58-31 for New York. All right, Indiana inbounds the pass to Erica Wheeler. She's guarded by Renija Laney. Brings the ball over half court, and Kelsey Mitchell is in with the open three, and she hits it. Good job by Kelsey. She was going around, got open, and she hit the three. So Courtney Vandersloot with the inbounds. Ball's moving around to Renija, to Jonquels, to Breanna, to Courtney Vandersloot for the open three. So it is now 61-42. Erica Wheeler brings the ball up over to Kelsey Mitchell, guarded by Vandersloot, over to Temi, over to Erica Wheeler. Wheeler's now being guarded with the pick and roll to Temi. Oh, what a nice shot. Underneath, undercut. There it is. So it's now 61-43. 44, my apologies. Pick and roll between Stewart and Courtney, and Breanna with the shot. I got the rebound, and the shot is in, 63-44. Erica Wheeler brings the ball up over the half-court line, over to Temi, who was guarded by Breanna Stewart with the shot. She missed it. Rebounded by Renija Laney. Renija Laney brings it up, guarded by Wallace, and she's now attacking the paint, and there is a foul on the drive. So Breanna Laney drew the foul, and looks like, is it a timeout? Yes, it's a timeout right now. So looks like it's 4 minutes, 4:36 left in the quarter. Breanna Stewart's now leading this game with 28 points. Good job by her in her hard work. So definitely, let's see. Let me give you a quick breakdown. Box score. Yeah, Jonquel Jones has 8 points, 8 rebounds. Breanna Stewart, 28 points, 8 rebounds. Sabrina's still at 9.7 rebounds. Renija Laney at 8 and 1, but Courtney Vandersloot is up now with 7 points and 1 rebound. Aaliyah Boston, 12 points, 5 rebounds. Katie Lou Samuelson, 10 points. And Caitlin Clark still at 2. Smith still at 2. And Erica Wheeler now has 4 points. So scoring is picking up a little bit. Right now, it's 15-13 in the quarter. So, yes, they're definitely starting to pick it up. But good job, good movement by the ladies. I like what I'm seeing. I like the movement. I like the scoring, 63-44. New York is up by 18 points. Like I said, 4:36 left in the third quarter. So good job by New York, though, overall in picking it up. I mean, they're at 43%, and same thing from Indiana, 43%. New York is now at three of 18 from three, while Indiana is 4 of 11. But free throws still the same, 14 of 15 and 4 of 4 for Indiana. New York still leading with rebounds, 33-22. So offense is starting to move around a little bit more. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. So great job. So, and to all of you, great job for tapping in to the 100. I'm sorry, to the 95 that are here in the chat. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already done so, hit the like button for today's episode. Subscribe to Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sport on YouTube and the Hardcore Sports Network on YouTube. If you haven't already done so, and the Hardcore Sports Network on Facebook, make sure you hit that and hit the notification too, so you know when we post new content. And always share on all your social media platforms. It's free, guys. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us out immensely. So can't thank you guys enough. We really, really appreciate you all. So thank you all. So, but yeah, again, what do you guys think? You guys are not talking to me. Come on, talk to the old coach here. Tell me what you think. What are you enjoying out of this game? If you're a New York fan or Indiana fan, I'm just enjoying the good basketball. That's really one of the things that I'm really appreciating the most. It's really some good basketball, and the young talent that's there for Indiana. Aaliyah Boston, like I knew she's definitely a force. She's always going to be a threat. So Bernicia had the first free throw, and it looks like did she hit the first one? Yeah, she hit the first one, and she hit the second one. So it's now 65-44, 4:30 in the quarter. Erica Wheeler brings the ball over half court, and she's being guarded by Docic. Ivana. I'm just going to call her Ivana. So over to Kelsey, swinging it around, guarded by Naira. Drive and missed by Wallace, and rebound, kicked, and drive down, and there goes Naira down the lane, and for the layup. New York continues to attack the paint. Good job by New York. Erica Wheeler brought up over to she was brought up over to Boston, kicked back around down to Temi. Temi drives on Breanna Stewart, and she drew a foul on Breanna Stewart. So good job. But good job by New York. Good job by Naira running after the rebound, getting down court quickly. But now here we go. First free throw up by Temi, and that is no good. She missed the first one. So right now, New York made a change, and looks like Bernard Jelani stepped out. And here's the next free throw, and it's up, and it is good. And it's now 67-45 New York, 4:39 in the quarter. You have Sabrina bringing it up over to Sabrina, over to Ivana, back to Brianna. Brianna with the pick and roll, attacking Caitlin Clark, over to Sabrina on the left side with the deep three, and she missed. Rebound by Caitlin Clark, and she's being brought up, guarded by Ivana. Blitz by Naira, knocked the ball out of bounds. It'll be Indiana ball out of bounds, side out on the right side, and right by the half court line. But good job blitzing, making sure that she does not get into the lane, force her towards the sideline. I like when defenses do that. So Indiana inbound over to Erica Wheeler. Kelsey Mitchell movement around, attacking Sabrina, and a foul on Sabrina. So Kelsey Mitchell will be going to the line, shooting 2. But yes, a good job by New York. Kelsey Mitchell now will get to go to the line shooting 2. But again, good job defensively. Yes, you got the foul, but you're not making it easy for him. And the first one is up and good by Kelsey Mitchell. But yeah, like I said, she's not getting Indiana's not getting easy shots. So but again, it's 21-point lead. Second free throw is up by Kelsey Mitchell and is good. 20-point lead by New York. Inbound to Sabrina, and Sabrina is guarded by Erica Wheeler. And pass over to Breanna Stewart. Pick and roll. And no foul. Wow. That looked like it was a foul there. So, but rebound by Erica Wheeler. Brought the ball up over to Kelsey Mitchell. And, fumbled and turnover by Indiana. Pick up by Ivana over to Sabrina. Sabrina driving the lane. And she gets bumped. And there it is to inbounds to Naira. I'm down to Naira, bobble and turnover over to Aaliyah Boston. And the ball is deflected out of bounds by Ivana. Good job by Ivana knocking the ball out of bounds. So coach is doing a good job, though, of rotating players. She's getting Ivana in. She's bringing back Kelsey, taking Sabrina out. And she's also brought in Leona Fibeck. All right, so Caitlin Clark driving the lane, and it looks like she was fouled. I don't know if it's Leona or Naira. Might be Naira because Naira got the body, but she got the good block. So Caitlin Clark is going to the lane. That was a good job by Caitlin to attack the paint. That should be on Leona with the body. So, but again, Caitlin with the first one up. And rims rolls around and in. So 67-48, 2:25 left in the quarter. So and here's her second shot, and it's up and it's pure. So it's 67-49, 18-point lead. Inbound to Courtney Vandersloot, over to Naira, who brings it across half court, over to Leona, and deflection. And down by Tammy missed it. She had to steal. And the easy layup, she missed it. And there it is, over to Leona, over to Breanna, over to Courtney, to Naira, and to Breanna, to an open 3 by Courtney. And there's the rebound by Leona. She missed the shot out of bounds and deflected out of bounds by Naira. So they had the opportunity there. They missed it. They missed a couple of opportunities. Boston is subbed out, and I can't tell who's in. Looks like that's Smith. Clark is now up over to Smith. Back to Clark. Pick and roll with Temi, and stop the dribble. Guard step back 3 by Caitlin Clark, and there goes the shot by Caitlin Clark. That's her patented. That step back 3. Inbounds to Courtney Vandersloot. Pick and roll over to Breanna, over to Leona, to Ivana, to Leona, open 3, and she missed the shot. Rebound. And Caitlin Clark now was fouled again by Leona, and she's going to the line again. So there it is. She's starting to try and get into that rhythm, and she's going to get 2 shots here. So can they cut it down to 17 after at one point it was 22? So she's getting 2 shots, 67-52. The first one is up, and it's good. 104 still on the clock. So it's 67-53 Indiana. And here she is with her second shot. It's up and it is good. So it is now 67-54. 67-54. So it's now a 13-point lead. Indiana is on a 10-0 run. I'm surprised that New York hasn't taken a timeout. And Courtney Vandersloot, I don't know what she was doing. She was trying to get the ball over to Breanna, but there were too many around her, and she turned the ball over. So right now, Indiana now has the opportunity to see if she can cut it down to 11 or even 10 points. So right now, they just brought back Renijah back in. Caitlin is guarded by Renijah, over to Smith, over to Wallace, and then over to Brianna. I'm sorry, over to Caitlin. And it looks like it's a foul on New York. Yeah, it's a foul on New York. Indiana is moving the ball, getting New York scrambling, and Brianna Stewart reached in on Berger. You have Grace Berger now in the game. She's a 6-foot guard out of Indiana. So there's the first shot, and it's good. And now let's get the second shot, and the second shot will be good, and that will be a 67-56 lead for New York. Up by 11, 34 seconds left in the quarter. Vandersloot is bringing the ball up, guarded by Berger, over to Brianna Stewart, down low to Renijah Laney, who's in the paint. And the shot is up on the fadeaway. She missed it. It does look like they're getting a lot of body, but they're not calling it any longer. So I don't know if it's just New York taking fallaways. But Caitlin Clark has the ball. She's guarded by Leona. She tries to pick and roll, and that ended the quarter. That was a bad job by Caitlin Clark. She should have read that earlier. So that's the end of the third quarter. It's 67-56. Indiana won that quarter 25-19. So they cut the lead down to 11 points. So good job by Indiana in that quarter. I mean, they definitely won that quarter. Caitlin Clark is up to 9 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists on 2 of 6 shooting, 1 of 5 for 3, but she's 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. Leah Boston still leads with 12 points. Katie Samuelson has 10. Caitlin Clark has 9. Nalisa Smith has 2. Erica Wheeler has 4 off the bench. Temi has 5 points, 1 rebound. Grace Berger now has 2 points. Hull has 3 points, 1 rebound. Mitchell has 5 points. And Wallace has 4 points. Now for New York, Jonquel Jones, 8 points, 8 rebounds. Brianna Stewart is 28-9. Sabrina still at 9-7. She hasn't scored in the third quarter. Renijah Laney, 10 points, 1 rebound. Courtney Vandersloot, 7-1. Naira Sabali has 3 points and 2 rebounds. Kayla Thornton hasn't scored anything. Burks is 2 points, 1. Ivana Dokic is 0-0. And Liana Fibik has no points and 1 rebound. So they're not getting production out of their bench. They definitely need their bench to step up because Indiana did a good job, especially on the defensive end. They're pretty much taking everyone else away. Yes, Brianna Stewart is scoring, but no one else is. Renijah, is contributing. Courtney contributed a little bit in that quarter, but you don't have Sabrina, who's contributing anything since halftime. So you definitely need her to step up. And again, like I said, you definitely need your bench to step up even more. The minutes, Kayla Thornton did not play at all in that quarter. I don't know if she's hurt. Let me see if I see anything on Twitter, but I don't think she is hurt. But let's see. So, but again, I need Sabrina to step up more. She definitely has to step up more and give us more. In terms of her point production. So let's see, Liberty. I don't see anything from the Liberty. I have them looking through. I don't see anything so far. And no, I don't know if it's just the coach's decision. Again, like I said, I don't see anything. So I just tried to take a quick look if I saw anything. But In terms of Kayla Thornton, I don't know. But now New York inbounds the ball. Courtney Vandersloot brought it over half court over to Courtney Vandersloot just turned the ball over again. She had Jonquel Jones open down the lane, and she just threw the ball out of bounds. So that's a bad turnover. Inbounds to Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin is guarded by Bernija Laney. She's trying another step back three, and deflected by tipped around by Jonquel over to Brianna, who brings it up over the 3-point line. She's attacking the lane, and there she goes. Jonquel Jones with the rebound and the putback. So New York now is up 69-56 in the fourth quarter. Brianna Stewart is battling Nalisa Smith down low on the left box. Rebound by missed the shot and rebound by Jonquel Jones. That was brought over by Bernija Laney over to Sabrina. Bernija back to Bernija, and Bernija with the shot. Missed the shot. Rebound by Indiana. Brought up. Turnover by Indiana. Sabrina now has the ball. Brianna cut into the lane, and with the layup and the one. So now Brianna is going to the free throw line to get the conventional 3-point. That was a great pass by Sabrina. That's what I need her to do. So there you go. Brianna now is going to go to the free throws. Got 2 points, 71-56, and the extra now it's 72-56, and it's 8:39 in the quarter for. And it looks like Indiana took a quick timeout, but that's a good job. That's a good job right now. New York 5-0, quick 5-0 run, force Indiana to take a timeout real quick and try and settle things down. But again, New York, good job. Defense, force them to take bad shots and then get on the run and, attack the lane. Continue to attack the lane because that's what you're doing. You're winning by attacking the lane and getting to the free throw line. Let me see. The free throws, have they changed? They've closed. New York is 17 of 18, while Indiana is 13 of 14. So they're both doing a good job. New York is leading in the rebounds 39-29. The assists are 15 for New York, 11 for Indiana, 7 steals for New York, 4 for Indiana. So, that's what you're doing. That's how New York is winning, attacking the lane. Both teams are at New York's at 41%, Indiana's at 40%, but New York is winning by attacking the lane, attacking the paint, and then, drawing those fouls and getting those conventional 3-point plays. Indiana has 2 extra 3-pointers that they've connected on over New York, but New York is, like I said, you're drawing the fouls on Indiana and you're getting to the free throw line. Caitlin Clark has her 4 fouls, but no one else has 2. But you have 4 players who have 2. So good job by New York in terms of attacking Indiana in that regard. So I'm looking for them to continue, play some good, sound, fundamental defense, continue to do that. As they said at the start of the game, protect the ball. You cut back on those turnovers. Again, let me see what it was. I read it earlier. The turnovers, New York they're up to 8 turnovers. So it's getting up there. Indiana has 12, but New York has 8. So you need to do a little bit better job in terms of controlling, protecting the basketball, not giving up Indiana opportunities to attack down low. So right now, I know they play Indiana in New York. That will be on, if I'm not mistaken, Saturday. And then Monday, New York is hosting Seattle. So definitely want to look at that. Look at the new look Seattle, especially with Skylar Diggins-Swift and Nneka and Mbulike over there. So, it's going to be an interesting game for New York. But coming back to action, They showed a drive of the game for New York. So New York now is on the defensive end. And you have Caitlin Clark over to balls driven around. Erica Willis trying to drive. Aaliyah Boston, there she goes. She tried to get the shot up, missed it. Complained a little bit to the ref, and Brianna brought it up and kicked it down to Jonquel Jones, who got the ball down into the lane and for the two. So Mitchell brought the ball up over to Smith, over to Erica Wheeler, got the pick and roll. Erica Wheeler with the drive, with the spin around. Caitlin Clark, balls tipped around, and oh man, Aaliyah Boston missed the easy shot, another one. So Courtney Vandersloot brought the ball up over half court, screen by Brianna Stewart, over to Brenasia Laney, got the screen over to, and it looks like it's a foul on Indiana. Got the ball into Brianna, who's in the paint, and is that going to be on the floor? Looks like it's going to be on the floor. It's 74-56, 7:29 left in the quarter. New York is side out. Over to inbound to Brianna, over to Courtney Vandersloot, over to Sabrina on the opposite side with the deep three, and there she goes. 77-56 New York, up to 21 points, and looks like it's a foul. The foul looks like it's going to be on Sabrina. Indiana got the ball up pretty quickly, pushed the pace, but Sabrina drew the fouled. It looks like she fouled Erica Wheeler. It's going to be side out for Indiana. Mitchell's inbounding, and she got the ball into deflected out of bounds by Brianna Stewart. So it's down in front of New York's bench, side out in front of New York's bench. Okay, they're showing last season's stats. That's cool, but last season is last season. I'm on to this year right now. Inbound to Erica Wheeler. Leah Boston coming over with the screen, guarded by Jonquel Jones. Hedged out, forcing Caitlin Clark down the lane. Aaliyah Boston, pick and roll to Leah Boston. Over to Boston. The ball was deflected. Nisha had the ball, was deflected out of bounds by Erica Wheeler. New York ball. So New York now has the ball, inbounding to Brenasia Laney, over to Sabrina, over to Jonquel Jones. The paint is open. There goes Sabrina into the lane, and easy two. And it's now, they haven't changed the score. It should be, all right, I'm sorry. They haven't changed the score on the clock. Let me look here. It's all right. I see what the score is. So 79 now, 58 for New York. Over to Kennedy Burke. I'm sorry. Kennedy Burke is into Burke, over to Jonquel Jones, and Jonquel Jones for the easy two. They double teamed Kennedy Burke, and Jonquel was left alone under the basket. So it's now 81-58. New York is now on a 14-2 run. Screen over to Kelsey Mitchell, missed the open three. Rebound to Boston, another back to Mitchell, another three, missed on rebound by Courtney Vandersloot. Over to Jonquel Jones. That was a foul. They missed the foul. Brenasia was cutting the lane and she was grabbed, and Jonquel Jones then throwing the ball out of bounds. So, but the referees missed it. You can't complain about it too much. Move on to the next play. So, excuse me. Indiana's inbounding into Caitlin Clark, guarded by Brenasia Laney. Brenasia is just doing full court press, forcing her slowly across half court. 5:30 on the clock. 16 seconds left in the game clock. Kennedy over to Mitchell, guarded by Mitchell. There's the shot. Not Nylisa Smith driving on Kennedy Burks, and Kennedy Burks fouled Nylisa Smith. So Smith is going to the line to shoot two. 5:20 left in the game. 81-58, New York with the lead. New York is up right now by 23 points, and Burks now is going to be shooting two. Here's the first shot. First shot is up, and she missed the first shot. So it's still 81-58, 5:20 left in the quarter. She's going to get her second shot. And you have Burks. Kayla Thornton is in. Okay. And Lisa Smith is shooting her second shot. And it's good. So it's now 81-59 New York. Courtney Vandersloot's bringing the ball up over to Vandersloot, over to Thornton, over to Brinaja Laney, guarded by Mitchell. And there's drive, and there's the foul. It was a rebound by Kennedy Burke because Brinaja Laney missed the shot. Kicked back out to Brinaja Laney off of the rebound. She drove the lane, and she got fouled. So she's going to the line to shoot two. Brinaja Laney. Looks like that was on Aaliyah Boston. So Brinaja Laney is up for the first three free throw, and it is good. So it's now 82-59 New York. She's up for her second shot. Brinaja Laney sets, and her second shot is good. So it's now 83-59 New York. 4:55 in the quarter. Erica Wheeler brings the ball up across over half court, guarded by Courtney Vandersloot. Trying to get the ball to Caitlin Clark. Good defense by Brinaja Laney. Down to Smith, guarded by Burks. And Burks drew the foul on Smith's drive into the lane on the pass. So that's going to be Indiana's ball side out. New York's next four games against Indiana on Saturday, Monday against the Storm, versus Chicago, and against the Minnesota Lynx. Ball inbound to Boston, over to Erica Wheeler. They're trying to set up Smith, who's being guarded by Kennedy Burke, and Wheeler with the shot. And is that a 24? That's a 24-second violation. That was good defense by New York. They were fronting the ball, tried to get the ball to Smith. Smith tried to get the ball up, and she didn't hit rim, and the shot clock went out. So New York's ball, 83-59, 4:22 left in the quarter. And the ball is showing Caitlin Clark. Ball to Vandersloot, who brings it across court. And she now got it over to Kennedy Burke with the deep three. And there she goes with the deep three. 86-59 New York. 4:07 left in the quarter. Wheeler brought the ball over half court. Trying to get the ball into Samuelson, trying to get the ball into Smith. Nothing doing. Got the ball over to Caitlin Clark, who's guarded by she was guarded by Laney, and got the ball into Boston. Boston was trying to spin, move, and she walked. So now the ball is going over to New York. 86-59, 3:46 left in the quarter. New York is pulling out Jonquel Jones. Looks like they're pulling out most of their starters. Naira Sabli is in. Courtney Vandersloot is still in. Crossover half court over to Kennedy Burke, over to Kayla Thornton with the screen, over to Vandersloot, screen by Nair Sabli at the free throw line, shot by Vandersloot, and it's good. Inbound to Wheeler, balls cross half court, guarded by Vandersloot. Erica Wheeler's trying, fishing, and there's the shot up by, looks like Mitchell, and it missed, and that deflected out of bounds by Naira Sabally. Indiana's going to inbound. It's still 88-59, 3:16 left in the quarter. They pulled out Caitlin Clark. So she got subbed. Looks like both sides are pulling out all their starters. It doesn't look like any starters are in for New York. Quisha Davis is in, and there's a steal by Thornton. Down, layup, and one. She got fouled on the play, and now she's going to end up shooting and one. So looks like she was fouled by Grace Berger. She got fouled by Grace Berger with the layup and one. So there we go. Looks like it's a timeout right now for I don't know who called the timeout, but it's timeout right now. It's 90-59 for New York. 3:06 left in the quarter. New York is actually dominating this fourth quarter. They're outscoring Indiana 23-3. I mean, they're totally putting the clamps on Indiana. They're not letting them do whatever they want. And Indiana is completely frustrated now. Good defense by New York. Good attacking the paint, attacking the lane, because that's what they're doing. You had one deep three by Burt, but everything else is in the paint, and you're drawing fouls along with that. I mean, in terms of scoring, everything is quiet, but next thing you know, Breanna Stewart, 31 points, 10 rebounds. Jonquel Jones, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Sabrina Ionescu, 14.7 rebounds. Brianna Laney, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Courtney Vandersloot, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Naira Sabally, still 3 points, 2 rebounds. Kayla Thornton, 2 points, and she's going to the three-point line when we come back. Kennedy Burke, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Davis is just in. Ivana is still no points, and same thing with Fybeck. In terms of Indiana, Boston still has 12, Samuelson 10, Smith 5, Clark 9, Wheeler 4, Temmie 5, V. Saxton, trying to see, Victoria Saxton. She just checked in. Berger has 2, Lowe has 3, Mitchell has 5, Wallace has 4. So now both teams are starting to use their bench, which is going to be good going in the long run. Plus, they're playing home and away. So they play each other again on Saturday. So this is a good thing for the reserves. Just get in, get some action, and also prepare yourself because you're going to see each other again on Saturday. So, but again, when we come back to action, Kayla Thornton should be going to the free throw line. So, but again, I love the balance now that's starting to fizzle out. Yes, Breanna Stewart took control, 31 points, but the rest of the starters, stepping up now to contribute in some regards, whether it's rebounds, double-digit points. Courtney Vandersloot, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. She's also 4 of 7 from the floor, 1 of 2 from three-point line. So good. This is a good work by the starters. So, but Kayla Thornton hits the other shot. So it's now 91-59. Inbound to Grace, to Berger, over to Temmie, guarded by Naira Sabally, and pick and roll to Grace, and over to Wallace, and Grace on the drive, and she hit the shot. Nice shot by Grace. 91-61 New York. 2:36 in the quarter. That's Ivana on the drive, and she shot and missed the shot, got her rebound, and went back up, and she was fouled. So she's going to the free throw line to shoot 2. So good job by Ivana to follow up her missed shot. and now to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So here's the first one, and it's up, and it's good. So that's 92-61 New York, 2:28 still in the quarter. Here's her second shot. It's up, and it is good. So it's now 93-61 New York. Inbound to Grace. Ball looks like it's over to Sexton, over to Wallace, who's guarded by Davis. And here we go. Ivana, Grace on the drive and fouled by Ivana from behind. So Grace Berger is going to the free throw line to shoot 2. But yeah, it was a good shot, good fake, head fake, and good. But yeah, you're going to make her earn it from the free throw line. Don't give her the easy free throw shot. Berger's first shot, no good. Off the back rim, it was too hard there. So she's getting her second shot. And here we go. It's up. And it is good. So it's now 93-62, 2:15 and counting. Ivana in with the inbound over to Kennedy Burke, over to Marquisha Davis, the number 1 draft pick for New York, over to Burke, over to Ivana, fakes, and over to Burke, over to Kayla Thornton, deep 3, and she hits 96-62. Kayla Burke with that deep 3 over the Berger, and inbound, down to Temi, and she missed the shot. She was blocked by Davis. And Davis drive down the lane, hesitated, should have went up, and now it's a jump ball. Davis has to ends up with a jump ball. All right, Davis should have went up aggressively and drew a foul with that, but she's jumping with Temi. Davis wins the tap over to Ivana. Got the screen by Naira Sabali. Sabali over to Davis and over to Kayla Thornton with another 3. And that's now 99-62 New York. New York is pouring it on. 32 points in this quarter. Ball's inbounded over to Wallace, over to Samuelson, over to Berger, over to Sexton. Missed the shot for a deep 3, and it looks like it's a foul by Kayla Thornton. Looks like on Temi, who is fighting for the rebound. So looks like she's going to the line. Looks like Temi's going to the line to shoot 2. Kayla Thornton is shaking her head, saying, "I don't see how." So first shot by Temi, no good. Still 99-62, 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. Second shot up by Temi, and it is good. All right, so it's now 99-63. Thornton inbound to Ivana. Ivana's bringing it up down the right side, over to Naira, over to Kayla Thornton. Screen by Naira. Thornton's up with the shot. She missed the shot and rebounded and fouled by Ivana, closing out on the shot, on the rebound. I'm sorry. So that means they're in the penalty. So now they're going to the line, and let's see who that is shooting. And that is Lexi Hull shooting 2. She missed the first shot. And it's her third season out of Stanford. And her second shot is good. All right, so inbound to Ivana. Ivana's crossing over. 53 seconds left in the game. Double screen by Burks and Naira Sabali. And deflected away from Sabali. And Indiana has a turnover. And Berger now has the ball inbound. Kick the ball out to Sexton. Ball's bounced around and knocked out of bounds by Naira Sabali. And Sabali saying that shouldn't have been a foul because she was knocked to the ground. 99-64, 34 and a half seconds left in the clock. Indiana inbounds. over to Berger. Berger with the crossover on Ivana, and puts it up and is good. So it's now 99-63. Ivana's coming down. Over to Burke. Over to Thornton. Thornton up over to Naira. Over to Berger. Over to Ivana. Pulls up for deep three, and she hits 102 to 66. And Indiana brings it down. Looks like that's Wallace just going to dribble it out. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for the game. New York comes away with the convincing victory, 102-66. They put the points on them in the fourth quarter, winning the quarter 35-10. So I gave you the breakdown earlier from the starters. I'll just go back down on the reserves. Naira Sabally ended up with 3 points, 2 rebounds. Kayla Thornton ended up with 9 points, 3 of 4 overall, 2 for 2 from 3. Kennedy Burke, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Marquisha Davis, no points, 1 rebound. Ivana, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And Fibeback, no points, 1 rebound. In terms of Indiana, Boston 12-7-2, Samuelson 10-0-0, Smith 5-4-0, Caitlin Clark 9-7-6, Erica Wheeler 4-2-4, Temi 6-1-0, Sexton 0 across the board, Berger 7 points, Hull 4 points, 2 rebounds, Mitchell 5 points, 2 rebounds, Wallace 4 points, 1 rebound. On the overall breakdown, New York shot 36 of 78 for 46%. Indiana 22 of 60 for 37%. New York 8 of 27 from 3-point. Indiana 5 of 19. New York 22 of 23 from free throws. Indiana 17 of 22. Rebounds, New York 47, Indiana 39. Assists, New York 22, Indiana 13. Steals, New York 8, Indiana 5. Blocks, New York 8, Indiana 4. Turnovers, Indiana 13, New York 10. And that's pretty much it in the overall grand scheme of things. So it's a big win for New York. New York goes 2-0 on the season. Indiana drops to 0-2. These two teams will meet up again Saturday in New York for New York's home opener. So great job in New York to come away with this win. Good team win. Indiana, still a young team. New York, like I said, ended up winning the second half also to really push the narrative against Indiana. So, but that's going to be it now. I really thank everyone for tuning in with me today. I really appreciate you guys. Again, before I close out, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, and also the Hardcore Sports Network channels, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Twitter X, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram. Definitely some great content, not just basketball, but all sports, wrestling, basketball, baseball, hockey, you name it, the Hardcore covers it. Make sure you also subscribe if you haven't done so and hit the notification buttons, and always share on all social media platforms. So I am Coach Ed. I also go by the sexiest fat man that you'll ever know because I just love who I am. So and I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you to everyone. C's Ray from the Philippines, Earl Cole, Bree Elise Chavez, Nimar, Aaron Duran, Jacob, Allegra, Mitch Koski, Tony Amezca, Man Cave. I appreciate you all for tapping into the chat and staying connected with me. Look forward to doing another game, more games down the line. But until then, I like to say in closing, make sure in sports you turn it on and turn it up. You guys have a great, great day.